moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I will praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political noise. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga
to make a special statement. Thank you.
You may have your seat. Hallelujah. Well, today is a happy moment. And let me ask the choir to join me just one stanza of the song. You know, I can sing, so the choir will help me. To God be the glory, great Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have your seat. Well, thank you. Pastor Winger. Pastor Winger, please be careful before I take your puppy one day. Madam VP Joy Howard Taylor, Your Honor, Chief Justice, Honorable Speaker Buffer Chambers, Pro Tempore Abu Chair, the clergy and pastors, ambassador, elders, members of the diplomatic corps, Deputy Dean of the Cabinet and ministers, our special visitors. You see, Liberians, I've been on the pulpit for so many times. And good to be here. If you give me 10,000 speeches and you want me to deliver it, I prefer coming to the altar. Because this is where God listens to who saying the truth or who telling lies. You see, let me start by saying, you know, when we were young coming up, the rationale in our thinking to know what is good and what is bad, we didn't care. We go into games, school games, we get on the bus, and the driver is very prudent, and then we tell the driver, everybody wake up, beat it, driver beat it, without our worry. Beat it, driver beat it, without our worry, we do it. When the driver accelerate, and everybody in the bus, oh, you want kill, pour down. So, Liberians, let us not wish for something that we don't want. Be there, driver, be there, without our worry. No, don't die. You know, so let me say it again. A big thank you, because the entire world was watching when our own citizens were protesting everywhere, calling for United Nations, the world not to help Liberia, because they believe that some 16 billion lost. Beat it, driver, beat it. We died our worry. But when they can't speak, they say you want chaos. We are a country that guided by laws. We have a constitution. You see, in this room, the only person that not supposed to know the constitution are me. Because I'm the only person that don't know nothing. All of you are clever. But I can interpret the constitution. Thank you. The only person that can interpret the constitution is supposed to be me. Because I'm the one that don't know nothing. All of you, your professor, your clever, your master's degree holder, what have you. But simple rationale. We have laws in the country. When people ask you to be patient, let the law take a course, that's the time you rebel. And you know, in any rebellious act, there's casualties. Your children are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow. You think jumping in the street are the best way. Oh, we need to change our attitude. One journalist wrote that 9 billion lost. Another one wrote 16 billion lost. Then the government said, okay, let's smoke there, maybe fire there. So let us now ask those people that are responsible what happened. And we told you, relax. We are going to the international community because we don't want to be the judge at the same time. We want to ask our international partners to bring in forensic people and bring FBI and bring the ECWA so they can help us to ascertain if it is true or not. But you get in the street, you calling for international sanction. The government that was in power, that had a right to print money, you don't have to sanction them. That we have not even put allocation to print money. That we don't want the sanction. The government. Said, thank you. Since we came, it's been 8 months. As the Senate, as the House of Rep, if the proper government are ever ready to allocate money to come to the country, and you know, we couldn't forget. You forget to know that the issues I was senator before, and the records on the books that even the money, the first money that allocated, I refused to sign. And the only reason the only reason I refuse to sign is not because I wanted LIBERIA to suffer. No. I believe that campaign coming, it was not the right time to print money. You want to move the mutilated money from the market. You want to bring in money. You can use that money until the campaign finish. When new government comes, you can print money. On that basis, I did not sign. The second one, they were looking for a resolution. Some of my colleagues signed. Whether it was legitimate, I don't know, but I did not pen that paper. So, what I'm saying to you, since the issue came out, the best way to do it is in a peaceful manner. It's not to tell people on the street, people children got to go to school, people got to go to work, the country got to move, and then we jump in the street and say, our 16 billion loss, we want it. Job money we are, you barely, your whole on 9th Street. When I started building homes there, hello. When we start building homes in the country, we were not in government. So we need to be careful. This is a government. We're not playing yet. Our international partners know we have meeting the other day. I told them every quarterly, the journal will have meeting to know our operations, to make sure that no one, even my Anna we are, will not temper with anything that LIBERIAN people get. Because there's no need to. So we need to be careful. You ask for international sanction for money that lost. Now let me say something to you. Let's say something that hypothetically, we say that 16 billion was stolen. So if the country cheat is 17 billion, I have not a bubble, they get a continent, you put it in the pound. If the country cheat is 17 billion, how is that possible for somebody to steal 16 billion? Then you talk about inflation of 250. You have 17 billion, somebody takes 16 billion? Come on now. Come on. We got to think, because you know, 1989, coming to December, I came for vacation when the president told me that he's closing the airport. It's the first time I cried. I never cried in my life before. My father died, I walked by the castle, I passed. I'd never cried before, but when they said that they're closing the airport, I asked why. They said insurgency. Who? They say rebel them coming. Who is the rebel? Liberians. Who are the rebels? Is it American coming to fight? No, our own people. Why? So if you have problem with the leadership, you think the best thing to do is to bring guns on your own people. We got to be serious here. We got to be serious. And it's not no joke. That's not joke. That's not joke. We are peacekeeping success. I said to the UN, we are peacekeeping success story. We are taking care of our own security. What we can do is to ask our partner to help our logistics so we can make sure that all our borders are secure. We can help to patrol. Because we're fighting global terrorism. And we here joking and we think that it's good. But now, if you look at the video, the same people that say 16 billion loss and the same people in the street running, say they protesting. What are the Liberians? What were you people? You should have been in the street. Now the people that say 16 billion loss, they put themselves together in the street. The same people. But remember, their government functioned for 12 years. We were opposition. When we got in the street, they were shooting at us. People were dying.
By the grace of God Almighty, a new day is rising. From the dust of struggle, our voices are rising. They try to hide the truth in shadows and lies, but a seed of courage kept learning to rise. Through the storms of slander, the rumors, the pain, I walked through the fire, I danced in the rain. They called me finished, but watch how I thrive. Count every scar, that's proof I'm alive. I am Koji, a survivor. Hey, you can push me down, I rise higher. From the ground to the sky I go, from the fire to the light I glow. I am Koji, a survivor. Oh, yeah. Hear my name on the streets like a choir. Many try but they can't stop this flow. I am Koji, I am Koji. Let it show. I am, let it show. See the dust on my shoes, that's where I'm from. Every wound on my skin beats like a drum. Turn the hate into fuel, let the doubters talk.
Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes we can. And I, George, we have said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention, happening June 24th to June 28th in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tier Wanto, Mrs. Willamida Sadie Tarp, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kabab, Councillor Gamonde Clinton, Civicus Basigiab, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Leto Abraham Moibab, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and Boxer, with FIFA World Best George Manawia leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from June the 24th to the 28th. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manawia. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the vision. Be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
Martin Luther King said,
Please, you're muted. I can hear you, Prince. You can hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why I'm not hearing you, but let's. What's up, Jake?
Salute.
Okay, so I can hear Jake. Good. So I know the issue is not from me. I good to see you, brother.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God.
I like that hoodie. I like that hoodie, my man.
Okay, thank you, brother.
You welcome.
Yeah, stay cool on this side, it's smooth, you know.
Oh, it's still cold outside. Eh?
Yeah, but it's going down smooth now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
One day
yeah,
it's cold, the next day it's shine.
Hello?
yeah,
Yeah, Prince, I
up
can hear
and
you now.
down.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, fellow Liberians home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you for your continuous support of what we do here. We are here, we are strong, we are moving because of you. So, I want to say thanks to all of you, our family, our friends, and those of you who continue to encourage us in the back, call us, support our work, share, log, live, comment, and etc. So, as usual, we appeal to you that you do us a favor. We want you to please share with friends, share in every chat rooms, share on your pages, and let's have a wonderful discussion. As usual, we are joined by our brother Leo. Brother Leo, how are you, sir?
I'm blessed, my brother. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Good to see you. Let me say hi to our listening audience. It's good to be on here again. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Uh, Jake, what's
Yeah.
up, bro?
Yes, salute to you and to the followers again. Respect to the followers. Always, yeah, please help to share this video. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you so much. So again, we want to use this time to welcome all of you. Uh, we want to say thanks and want to say a happy belated birthday to one of our brother, Emmanuel Bro. Our brother Emmanuel Bro celebrated his natal day. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So,
Oh,
brother
yeah.
Emmanuel, I want to say happy belated birthday to you. We hope you are still continuing the celebration. As for me, I take the whole month to be a month of celebration, especially a birth month. So I want to say happy belated or happy birthday to you, my brother, bro. I hope you are doing great, well, and fine. Our brother Jones, Pele, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. Uh, Digger, thank you so much. Digger Godwin, we appreciate you. Janet, how are you, Mama? Thank you so much, Thomas, for your presence here. Venetia's Junior Bar, you are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. I mean, all of you that are joining us from various platforms, I want to say thank you so much that you are here with us. You know, I want us to begin on this very important discussion. From all indication, we told the Liberian people that this government have lost track of her responsibility. You know, when you are on a football field, I remember coming up, as kids, in the community and stuff like that. So now we put ourselves together and say, let's go play. Some of us, we don't even know the wing on the field. We don't even know which one are 5, which one are 6, the wing you're supposed to play. So we were just focused anywhere the football go that the player will be running. When the football running to the left post side, we're running there. The football going on the left wing, we're running there because we are confused. We don't know the role that we are supposed to play on the field. So all we look at is the football, forgetting to know that that is not, that does not make you to be a good player, or that is not a professional sportsmanship. Anywhere the football run, you just run there. Football go left, you go there. Football go right, you go there. Anywhere the football go, you go there. And at the end of the day, we always lose because we are looking at the football running to where it is going instead of manning our post that is given to us, instead of ensuring that that responsibility, either you are the number 5, make sure that that far wing is secure. If you are playing number 6, make sure that the 6 is secure. But we run behind football. And sometimes while you running, they just put it right behind you. Bah. Then the next man who get experience will collect the football before you go, yeah, go. You know what I mean? They say, but why you leave your own play? Then you ask the man, but why you two you here? Then all of y'all to the man even play. Why you're here? Go from the back. I'm saying this to me, and I want to start with my brother Leo. This government has shown every step of being very irresponsible. We have a serious problem at hand. The prices of things continue to skyrocket on the Liberian market. Basic commodities. Our hospitals are in dilapidated condition without support. Civil servants are crying. The last time we saw teachers protesting, health workers protesting. The entire nation is being engulfed by just bad news, to say the least. Guinea also is encroaching on our land. They shot a Liberian on our soil. Our people are living in fear and panic and leaving from the various villages. But unfortunately, we have a useless government who have decided to leave all of these cogent and pressing national issues to jump behind Yeke and make the Yeke issue to be a national priority for Joseph Nyuma Boeka and the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. My brother Leo, I want to hear from you on this Yeke issue.
Again, thank
What
you,
is
Prince.
your take?
Thank you for having us under the Palava Court. Again, I salute you and my brother Detroit. But look, you see the scenario you just described here. Back home in our local town, we call it Kolehe chicken. Kolehe chicken, chicken without head. It runs everywhere, no direction, until somebody will catch it. And when you catch it now, it's finished for that chicken. Once you catch it, that blood you see everywhere. And that was a very good scenario I thought you brought up, because that exactly fit in this kind of premise when it comes to Liberia and Joseph Boakai. Prince, when a government who has proven and shown that there's no sense of direction, there's no sense of governance, there's no sense of leadership, they begin to introduce what we call diversional tactics. What that is, to distract the people, because you want, you're not governing. 2, there's hardship in the country. So you must always go back to find something to divert and to take away the attention of the people to what you're doing now. In this case, we say you are hunting Yeke. But Yeke is not an issue, my brother. You want to know the issue? Go to Lofa. Look, it is crazier in Lofa than we are seeing on social media. Yeke has never been the issue. Like we heard a young man said, I was out of the country when this whole thing started. But you know why they are very much paying attention to Yeke? Because Yeke has an information that the rest of Liberia does not have. Boakai went into Guinea, made up an agreement that is very detrimental to the country. It is in the hands of Yeke. Yeke is friends with Doumbouya. Doumbouya has told Yeke there's an ultimatum to what is going on now. And that ultimatum, my brother, it is very detrimental to our country. Boakai knows this, but he will not tell the Liberian people because he knows that it's very detrimental to even his own. Boakai does not have a future. In 1 second, while I digressed. Boakai does not have a future. So he's taking the entire country down with him. We look at what's happening to the likes of Safoko and the rest. I know we are going to get into those talking, but my brother, when you don't have a sense of direction, you'll be playing like a Kolehe chicken. And I thank you for bringing that analogy up.
Thank you so much. At this time, we want to welcome our brother, William Bro. He is a panelist here also, but you know, sometimes the business schedule, so you know, you can see him. But again, I want to say welcome, my brother, bro. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Leo, and my brother Prince Terry, and our great senior man there. His name again, Wimart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sioman women. Yeah, that's true. And thank you so much. You know, that's our time different, the busy schedule. So, but today I'm here. I said, I mean, some problem, man. Yeah.
I'm happy to
Thank
see
you.
you,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
Thank you. My brother Jake, let's hear from you with this
Yeah.
particular on this Yeke issue. Let's hear your
Let
thought.
me
What do you make
discuss.
of this?
I'm not discussing Yeke. Let me be honest to you people here. I think your sedition there, you can discuss Yeke. Let me say something. I live in the West here. Dumuya, let me tell you, all the things are unfolding in Lofa County now. People in the Western world get to know it now. Dumuya have a strong base he from Paris, he from France. He was in the military, or you can call it gendarmerie. Everybody's talking about it now in Europe. You got a strong base in France, heavy strong base. A lot of Guineans living in Paris and other places in Europe here. So they got a heavy French community. Millions of Guineans living outside. And most of them that live outside, they support Dumuya. And most of them were fan of the former president Conti, that Dumuya father right down there. What we're hearing here, that fact. Let me tell you, that disclaimer here. Let me tell you something. Let me debunk Yeke. Yeke lie. Yeke ain't no Dumuya. I challenge Yeke. They might not be carrying lies in the corridor of Liberia. I saying it. Yeke don't know Dumuya from nowhere. No, he no Dumuya. He lying. Now what I can get to discuss. Let me tell you what Dumuya is afraid, what Dumuya attack. Probably the president won't come, they won't come up. Dumuya is afraid of the fuller community around the world. They are multi-millionaire, most of them are business people. You know how Dumuya came to power? Let me tell people today. Dumuya in Europe here, he wants some peace mission all over in Europe here, or other places. Conti called Dumuya to quiet down protests in Guinea, in Conakry, Guinea. Dumuya came with friends then. Conti was 80 some more years, I think 81, going to 82. Similar age that Joseph Yema Bwaka. The fuller man in the opposition at that time, he was leading the opinion poll there. Everybody knew he could win the country. So, but the old men wanted to relinquish power. The similar thing that will happen in Liberia. That the reality here. So he brought Dumuya to quiet down protest. That what happened in Guinea was a fake protest organized by the president. The similar thing happened in Guinea-Bissau or Equatorial Guinea, where in Mali there. All that with the fake military people then that came to too cool with him because they wanted to relinquish power. That's how Dumuya took the stage. But when Dumuya took the stage, he started cracking down on the same opposition as the military junta. The reality. Then you know how he won the election. Nobody challenging. So he feared. He feared the fuller community. Dumuya believed they can wage war through the Liberian border. They can wage war through the Liberian border because he saw a lot of Liberian train in Lofa County. I don't know who carried in that train. So Dumuya was afraid. Then Dumuya said his people. When he said his people, if you look at that first video, you saw a lot of Lofia coming with colors, says, single barrel guns and other things. Then he never saw the Liberian military. So he had a conclusion straight. He said, okay, I noticed the country before. Dumuya was small when the Liberian Civil War started. He know everything about the Liberian Civil War. How people brought in army thing. They passed through the African border and everything. Dumuya not strange to the Liberian crisis. So he buffered his security. He buffered his security. He said, listen to me. Anything will happen, let me put my security first in the Liberian border. Like, so that how Dumuya, whatsoever, that money, something in that story that the money evolved too. But the real unity party won't come out with a real story, but the story kind of leak out now in Europe. Probably the media in Liberia will get it. They will start getting that story now. That's a reality in the Western world now. Dumuya is afraid. He don't want nobody to come through the borders in other places. So now he buffered heavy security.
Yeah, to just come in with this before we can go to our brother, bro. I remember when A.B. Kroma was the director of LDEA,
Mm-hmm.
there was this particular accusation that was made by his deputy, Fadiga, and that information was all over, that there were some Guineans, specifically, they talk about those that were, attached to the Fulani opposition. It was alleged that these people were giving cover up in Liberia, that they were, training somewhere in Liberia. It was alleged. I think we heard of that particular story. Fadiga said it, and there were people who said it. In fact, according to the information, one of the reasons why A.B. Kroma was even relieved of that post was because of that clandestine dealing that he was having with especially the group that was associated with the Fulani opposition in Guinea-Conakry. So they've been accused for a long time that they were harboring people to cause chaos in Guinea that align with the opposition, the Fulani opposition. So I just thought to bring this in while you learn before we go to our brother, bro.
Prince, what I'm trying to say, probably maybe some people will not agree with me, but later on, some the media institution in Liberia, when they get out of that boxes, they will start to relay the particular message here. So he buffering the security. So you see nothing that if you remember recently again, they got some Guinean security that went to the Nima era, the Nima Sa also. So Dumuya, he didn't trust nobody. He even trust the Republic of Liberia. He didn't trust that country. That they can use that, they can use our country to wage war on Guinea. So what he decided to do as a military junta, he from the side of the military, he decided to take some other area in Liberia to have that buffer zone. To have that serious buffer to the west, then your intel will be. Let me tell you something. Your intel within Liberia, they get a lot of people that support Dumuya living in Morovia. They give information in Conakry. Let me tell you something. When you hold a Fulani, I know it's kind of sorry about Fulani people training whatsoever. I know the government put it under the raw. You can remember that story. Anything that happened in Liberia, they get loyalists there that support Dumuya. They like his policy. No matter why he can be a junta whatsoever. So in that fact, they can be relaying our news then to the people then there. So they know everything that's going on in the country. So now one of the things now he buffer his security of the Liberian border in local country. He takes some other land to guard it. To see if they will be training people in there.
Thank you so much. My brother, bro, welcome again. I am very sure we've all been following this story. For me, I refer to it as just a distraction on the part of government that have lost focus of our own agenda. And so therefore, she running behind issue that is of no substance. But again, people have different version of this. The government is saying, because this is just Joseph Nyuma Boeka and that of the Chief Justice in this with Yeke Koluba. So now Joseph Nyuma Boeka wants to use the regime speaker and people that are in there to ensure that Yeke is removed. According to them, his statement was insightful, promote, etc., etc. But let's hear from you on this issue. What is your take as you observe what is ongoing?
Thank you, Prince. And I want to say thanks to all of the panelists and our own brother, Senior Mended, his section to this issue is very, very, these are some of the truth. But let me establish a pattern that many people still forgetting. And everything will relate to what he just said. In 2024, there was a Guinean who is very, very connected to the opposition, even the past Guinean president. He's a businessman. He had connection with both the Guinean major opposition leader, which is that Fula man, and he was very connected also to the Guinean president. He's a multi-millionaire. He fled Guinea. He came to Liberia. his objective of coming to Liberia was to organize a group of Guineans within Liberia who fled from Guinea. And it was alleged to organize instability in Guinea. Because they look at the history of Liberia, Liberia have a history of always doing Charles Taylor time and other government, mainly Charles Taylor time, harbor missionaries that fought in Sierra Leone, missionaries that fought in Cote d'Ivoire. So that guy came, when that guy came, he gave millions of dollars to fuel hierarchy of the Unity Party government. So they kept him in Liberia for a few months. After they kept him in Liberia for a few months, the Guinean junta leader, who is currently in power, got the information. So the junta leader did what we call, it also part of the 48 law of power. He gave a gift before coming to the point. So the junta leader he called the president, Waka, who just got elected, overzealous for good news with his neighbor, not calculating that every gift comes with certain other things, especially from a poor country, that had the Guinean president donated some picker trucks to the government of the Republic of Liberia under Boakai. When he donated that picker truck, all of you can bear witness that the government of Liberia, Boakai, in 2024, where the government was celebrating, all of the officials were celebrating that they got good relationship with the military junta leader in Guinea. That Boakai understand foreign diplomacy, blah, 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 blah. We went in deeper to investigate. So we said, but one other guy who is a major opposition, who is a very threat to Guinea in Liberia. So after that guy sent that gift, about 1 month passed, the guy called President Boakai through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that, look, there is a guy, like what the women just said, that the Guinean got people, many people who are supporting, who are loyalists to the current Guinean president. They are enough in Liberia. That how he called through the Foreign Affairs and said, look, there is also and so guy, he's in Liberia there. He's a threat to Guinea, and we understood that he's training people to come to fight us in Guinea. You know, Guinea is from time to time, Guinea has been a unstable country, not in civil war, but in coup d'etat. All of you that have been following Guinea history, Guinea always involved in coup d'etat. It have never gone 10 years where Guinea have not been involved in coup d'etat. 10 straight years. Even the guy who in power right now, I give you 4, 5 years, 2, 3 years from now, you will hear say one day they overthrow him. What are they doing? So Guinea like that. So after the guy sent the war, he said, look, we need that guy. The Boakai then got shocked of their gift and they received. Boom. Kabina Jana came in. Kabina Jana was the guy lawyer because they got a him. They said, my man, because the guy already brought certain people in the government, in Boakai government, to be in the country to carry on that operation. And the operations supposed to start from Lofa. That's the reality. Because Lofa very close to Guinea and they wanted to use that belt. So the other guy, in fact, from information we gather, that's why he even that area that you see the building in Foya, that guy there contributed money to that place that they are building in Foya for Boakai. That's why they were finding it difficult to disclose the information. So the Guinean president pressurized the Boakai government, say you got to turn that guy over. That guy is a very risky guy who got a news. So Boakai was doing that. How Kabina Jana came in. Kabina Jana was a lawyer. That Boakai then potentially, while the man was in the country free, they potentially arrested the man and put him in Sorbish. Overnight, when Boakai then agreed, the man said, we'll give you money. Overnight, Guinean soldiers enter into Liberia with a military plane. They hide in a briefcase $3 million cash. We are giving you sensitive information on this issue that many people thinking will be a joke. 3 million cash in briefcase. They went straight to Central. And in Central, they shared that money. And immediately they shared that money in Central. Gregory Coleman went straight to the Central prison and turned the guy over and carried him straight to the airport with the Guinean soldier. and put him straight in the plane that had a left with that guy. As we speak, that guy have been executed. The Hakambiran Janet came up and said he needs a living body of a client. All of you follow that case. Perhaps people forgetting. Up to the time, a living body of a client have not been produced. That is the hidden secret of the whole thing that they keep covering up. So the Guinean military man and every mafia military man, even if you are not a military member or trained mafia person or deeply, every politician is sensitively, one way or the other, is a trained military personnel. If you want to be a trained politician, you got to think security-wise. So if the man can bribe you to turn somebody over, and the man know, then the man got information there was a Fuller defense group training in Liberia to defend. They said, oh, they were wanting to protect Ramadan coming, the people can be stealing slipper. All that funny thing. The men should do the best way, the men are military men, the best way to defend is to go on the offensive. The best way to defend is to go on the offensive. That's how the guy immediately went straight. He came straight now and tell him and said, look, that place what you're seeing there, you got to enter into that city, that place that's sharing border with us. You deploy there and let carry on the deterrent measure so that anybody cannot be in that. That's what the men did. That's why you see when President Bouaga went to Guinea, he came back with nothing to say to the Liberian people because they were wrong from the beginning, taking bribe to turn over.
I'm sorry.
Are you people getting me?
Yeah. Okay. Your sound. Yeah. We're getting you now. Yep.
Yeah, someone was just calling me just now because I'm using the phone. Thank you so much. Let me just learn. That's why when Bouaga went to that place, even to turn the man over, the man dealt with him. That's why when he went to that place, he never came back with any fixed information to tell the Liberian people. So Bouaga is a decent collaborator. Their previous plan was to take bribe from that millionaire, that very rich guy that came, that wanted to carry on problem in Guinea. And then they harbored him. After Guinea discovered it, they take another bribe again from the Guinean president to turn him over. So they were caught in the web of the mafia operations.
Thank you. Thank you so very kindly. So before we welcome and go to Honorable Dogbayu, fellow Liberians, I'm just trying to connect this with what our brother Bro said. You remember the almost 800 militant that was in Foya? You remember that during the election period where this guy openly boasted that we are 800 militant in Foya?
Yes.
Let me play you this particular video. It's just like a 20-second video. Let me play this.
The chairperson of the meeting. Thank you so much. 800 militants. We support the Unity Party. You are militants from the Unity Party. Of course. With the way you are dressed, like militant, walking around the streets, supporting people.
Now, before we go to Honorable Dogbayu, according to the information that we are gathering, this is not just about the mineral alone that these guys were able to extract from the Makona River. The Guinean leader is also afraid because Bouaga has opened up that particular country to people who are intending, people who are planning subversive activities on Guinea. Looking at how vulnerable these guys are, these 800 guys are still around. And they have been observing from the information that we have gathered. The Guinean intelligence have been observing some, activities there in the Lofa forest, in other areas with some of these guys around. Recently, we hear of these Fuller defense folk, where is it a training for slipper? I don't know, whether it has become a training now that you can train people for slippers. But Bouaga has exposed our nation to danger. But I want to stop here as we welcome and hear from Honorable Dogbayu relative to this issue of the Yeke issue that the government have now taken as a priority, and they are even planning to spend almost 500,000 in ensuring that Yeke is removed. Is this government diverting from the cogent issue that our people are faced with, or as they are saying, the statement of Yeke is treasonous, is causing security panic. What are you seeing? What are you observing, Honorable Dogbayu? Welcome, and it's over to you. Let's hear from you, sir.
Thank you, my dear brother. So the question, whether or not, let me say hi to my dear brother for William Bro. The man William Bro, the boy always talking from Paris. Right? So bro is always participating in on almost all the radio talk shows and what have you. So bro, you are highly welcome. We respect you. We honor you for your service to our country, to our party. You are party discipline. As the Deputy Secretary for Records and Research, record in my domain shows that since the foundation of this party, you have never wanted been a deviant. Rather, you have respected our party, the ideology of this party. So we really, really, really honor you. You are extremely informed as well. You are an intellectual, excellent, very educated man, businessman there, living in the diaspora and surviving, and what you do in Liberia, bro. I really appreciate you. Now, I've already talked about Leo and, of course, Detroit, my brother. We always hear about my first time being on the show with you. I need to highlight you and highlight the role you play every day. I follow every activity of yours, and I really appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
my dear. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just sent something in the chat room, right? To the premise of my conversation with Steph and what I sent you in the chat room, Prince Sharif. And please, you're going to put it up. Now, your question you asked me whether or not they are diverging. I'm hearing noise from the background.
Yeah, no, it's just an applause, you know.
Yeah, from you.
Applause for our brother, you know.
Oh, yeah. So there's an issue, right?
Oh, okay.
Your question was whether they are leaving a real issue and going after inconsequential or non-consequential, activities. I would tell you, and maybe disappoint what you expect from me. They are not leaving any issue. What they are doing is who they are. Now, when you say they are leaving the real issue, it's like they care for the real issue. It's like they know the real issue. No, they are not doing anything strange. Like I always told you, Craig cannot donate blood because you're not getting. A man only gives what he has. That's who the United Party is. That's what they are. That's the ideology. That is what it stands for. Triviality. So if they are promoting what they are and you say they're leaving the real issue, then you try to give them what they are not. So you want to extract from them. And I would disagree with you on this one for your desire, your gallant desire to want to extract from the Unity Party from who they are. Let me tell you who they are. The Unity Party is a party that upon inauguration, the first thing they ever did was corruption. Boga said he was living alone when he was inaugurated, $5,000 for each of the 73 districts. Today, no report, nobody can see the report. That's who Unity Party is. They don't care for the people. They steal from the people. They not stop there. They went to NASCAP. NASCAP, the same time period when there was money in the budget for security and covert, when there were money allotted for fleet, NASCAP, the late Crespe and the leg of Boakai and others, under the direct instruction of Boakai, they went and took money from those pensioners. Our money, because I paid taxes in Liberia for more than 10 years. When we are pensioned, money we supposed to live on, they took it, they stole it from the cover. Nothing has come out of it. That's who they are. They didn't stop that. They went King George. They kill people, unless civilian. So the United Party doesn't care for the people. They always extort, beat, humiliate, and indoctrinate the people into poverty. They incarnate, may poverty on the people. So that is what Unity Party stands for. A party of acute violence, deception, dishonesty. So when you ask him whether they live in it, what issue do they have? What issue have they come for? They've come to put the people into perpetual poverty. They've come to end the job of the Chewy Party. Unity Party is an extension, a reincarnation of the Chewy Party. They're just doing just that. So when you say, are they leaving the issue? That is the issue that Unity Party knows. What they do not know is to protect our territorial, integrity. That is what they don't know. What they do not know is to when you are using the eminent domain, every land owned by government, if you're a citizen, even on private citizen land, and you see that moving these people will cause poverty, mayhem, suffering, anarchy, you check out the principle of eminent domain, and you pay the private owner and say you're remain here. Your government is making these people homeless. That is what they know. That is what United Party knows. Today, the Guinean people, they walk, they humiliated you before your citizen walk onto your lane, and they govern now themselves, raise their flag in the middle of nowhere. You could not agitate. But on Yeke Koluba, that is where I'm in battle lane. On Yeke Koluba, you have all the energy. Just a few hours ago, I saw Frank Safuko was saying his life is under threat because the police that cannot go to the river to the border, the police now is active. Then you ask him what are they diverting from the real issue. That's just who they are. So that information, I just send it to you, put it up. So let me tell you, whether they live in Yeke. I understand that when you go on Yeke page is there. I was the first guy when Kula Fufana posted that. I used to teach English, grammar, and composition before in Elizabeth Crawford Cathedral and Peter E. Harris. So I am very keen about the English language. We borrow this language, and borrow is to return. Anything you borrow, you can return it. It's not for us. I'm a Crown man. I speak Crown. I understand Crown. So I'm careless with Crown, but I'm very careful with English because it's not mine. If you zoom this communication, let me tell you the premise of Yeke's statement that these guys are misbehaving. When you read, I will just read this paragraph. It said, recent incidents in Solomba era Foya local county have raised concern among residents and local authorities following reports of confrontation between Guinean soldiers and Liberian civilians near the Guinea border. Now, she kind of said local sources is a continuation because period there, first off, so local sources indicated that tensions intensified after Guinean troops crossed into territory claimed by Liberia near Solomba. Now, stop right there. If you do grammar and composition like I have done in this case, right? In this contest, you are telling the world, because this is a release from the Liberian government that should be giving hope. But this release is grammatically and unequivocally clear that the land that Liberia is claiming. For example, this phone is mine. It's mine. I have ownership to it. If Bro comes and also create parallel ownership to this phone, he's claiming this phone which is already mine. He's claiming what I believe is not his. So claim in that grammatical context is to be taking something that doesn't belong to you. In this case, Liberia is already occupying a land for hundreds of years. For you to choose the word claim of all the wars in this war, a release written by the government of Liberia, the first release, to say a land claim. What language, what signal are you sending out there? Anybody just, you know what? Just go on ChatGPT, say Liberia owns this land. Now, this is a statement made by the executive mansion. Is this grammatical?
The president made a statement, not the executive. President said made that claim statement. That president.
But Yeke is only frustrated. Yeke is frustrated that the government will even validate that the land is owned by Guinea. So Yeke's statement was hypothetical. It's directly proportional to the grammatical communication that was written. So, but that communication, when Yeke say, okay, I'm putting that communication, where do we? You got no legal claim against Yeke. Man, for the man is disappointed. How about Bweka, who said there will be no Liberia? Did anybody put him in jail? Did anybody? He said there will be no Liberia if they did not win. Bweka said there will be no Liberia. He was unequivocal. He was very clear. He did not miss his war. The foolish guy called Born Naked said there will be war. That fool called Born Naked. He said there will be war. All these reckless statements that were made, nobody go after them. That is what the government is. Today, Prophet Key, he insulted me. He lied on me when I was serving the EPA. Prophet Key said I cannot come to America because I'm a woman beater. I'm engaged in domestic violence. The police want. He said I was wanted in America. I've been living in America for like 14 years. I've never gone to jail. I've never The only thing I've ever done in America is ticket. Even Obama have had ticket. And the only ticket. But Prophet Key, he didn't get me. He lied on me. So if I'm to be angry and be biased, I will go against Prophet Key. That's a Liberian. Prophet Key, only to say Chief Justice is corrupt, is in jail. So every angle of the government, this guy they call Kun. Kun, I think Kun and somebody else went to jail. They went to court. So every branch of government here, they jump with power. They are into some sort of power abuse. So Bwaga is on. He has done it several times. Kun has done his own. Chief Justice have done his own. So that is what the government is. The government is entangled. Is blessed with anarchy, lawlessness, and they don't respect their citizens. They don't care for our country. All they care for to put money into NSA. Lastly, you put more than 24 million in NSA budget for intelligence. So you telling me all these things are happening, you're gonna collect intelligence? So that's who the government is. A lala government, fake lala government.
Thank you so much. And on this, I just want us to have maybe 1 minute each as we transition to the next topic that is going to be the new neck boss that was nominated by Joseph Numa Boyka. But the question I just want all of us to have 1 minute on is that, is this Guinea Liberia border issue, are you seeing it anytime soon becoming a thing of the past from the approach of government? I mean, with all of these various press conferences around the place, and with all of these, somebody will say distorted information that is coming from the angle of government, the other person saying this, the other person saying that. Do you think that this will just go away, or you think that is something that over the period it might escalate? And let me start from my brother, bro.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother Sharif. It is not going anytime soon. In my mind, that the next government will solve that problem, because a mafia will never trust a mafia. That two things can solve it. And the reason, in fact, it may not even be two, because if the Guinean president leave from power, another president that will come there will not stay trust man at Bouaka, because they will understand what went on. So what can solve it are two things. When Bouaka leaves from power, and then perhaps new government also in Guinea comes to power, it could be very easier. And also when new government comes to power in Liberia, maybe the Guinean president could be comfortable a bit. But that kind of person had to be comfortable, because they came to power to sinister means. So they cannot trust people easily. So it's not something that finishing anytime soon. We are into it, and it's a long journey, my brother. It's just unfortunate, but it's not finishing anytime soon. Thank you, Prince.
You. Let's go to our brother Leo. My brother Leo, the same question go to you. Are you seeing this thing leaving very soon, or is just going to be, somebody will say, a volcano that is under there, heating up and getting ready for explosion in the next regime? Or what do you think with this whole thing that is going on? Government hiding information, they are not coming out with any tangible information. Liberian people, our people in Lofa are confused. They are, in fact, fear have gripping the entire nation, not only Lofa. Let's hear from you, sir.
Again, look, Prince, I don't see no end in sight, at least not for now. I don't see it. Look, if the first man of the country in President Bouaka, who paid a visit to that little boy, and the boy did not honor his visit or whatever it was, right? As a matter of fact, as soon as President Bouaka left the country, they brought beef of security at the border. And from what we are hearing, the kid is spending he's spending a lot of money now to beef up even more security at those borders. So I don't see any end in sight. Our president who visited, the budget look at him, okay, finish talking and go. And you, President Bouaka, started lying to the people that, I finished speaking to the France president, to this person. Look, Doumbouya does not care who you talk to. From all intents and purposes, after all that we've heard on this line today, of course, the extensive deliberation by my brother, bro, in Detroit, there's not going to be any end in sight. Look, if a man is trying to protect the border or his sovereignty, he's willing to do any and everything to protect that. So Baka has never been respected, and he would not be respected by this young man. I don't see no end.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our brother Jake as we conclude on this for just 1 minute. This whole thing, I mean, with this Guinea issue, the panic in Liberia, the government is not giving the information. Everybody is just, tight live on this lying and etc. To the extent that the information minister will say, okay, hey, you say you're strong, hey, you say you're one piece, you can, let me get your gun so you can go and go fight. All of the cheek, I mean, very irresponsible responses from government officials. Are you seeing this going very soon, or you think this is just a charade that at the end of the day will erupt into something that will be very chaotic? Let's hear from you on this, my brother.
Prince,
Yes, sir.
this is the biggest cover up in Liberia history. This is the biggest cover up. Let me tell you something here. You're taking the thing for joke. This could be a two-way street. Let me tell you, this could be a two-way street. Listen, if the people believe they can destabilize Guinea, Guinea can also use that place for them to destabilize Liberia. Let me tell you something here today. It's a two-way street here going on. Dumuya, the United Party, let me tell you, Jeremiah Kune and the big mouth they get. It's a real legislature, they don't compromise. The president should be impeached. Let me tell you something. It's a sovereignty. He pledged allegiance to the Republic of Liberia. He swear on the oath of he swear during inauguration. He take that oath upon the Bible. If that's what George Weah, you will see the Henry Costa name, all the propagandas that will be causing in the corridor today will be massive protests in the Republic of Liberia. Where are the protests? Where are the protests? That wouldn't George Weah the era? That wouldn't George Weah the era? It can backfire on there. I said this can be a two-way street. This can be Dumuya not drawing back. Dumuya spending millions of dollars to buffer his security to. You're going to see real ammunition coming to that border side. Let me tell you who they made in line with. They made in line with Russia, China. That Dumuya friend in there. You not see Dumuya go to Paris? You don't see Dumuya go visit Macron. Why you keep from that place? No. He got different alignment. Serious different alignment. Let me tell you something. If you don't know it today, I'm going to ask any Guinean. They get military hardware. Like Joel, like people joking. Have that. First of all, our population larger than our population. The population. It's a two-way street that will go on. He will buffer that security to 2029 or 2029 because he never trusts that bureau. He will buffer that whole corridor. Imagine the man be spending millions of dollars. People that you will see the changes to that border side. They will see changes to that border side. There were new intel within our country. Guinea will be having intel within our country. Countries are poor countries that be giving information in case anything they see. They begin came to power. They begin acting like he's a junta. He's not relinquishing power. He 40 some more years old. I can see him ruling Guinea for another 15 or 20 years if nobody overthrow him. And they will not overthrow him. Let me tell you. Listen, let me learn. It can be a two-way street. Zero two-way street. The thing Baka they're looking for. The biggest cover in Liberian history. Jeremiah Kune now. So if the president can make it, then you relinquish power to Jeremiah Kune balance 3 years. Let me tell you the truth now. The president in control. They're not in control. You can see the writing on the wall. The president took the ECOWAS chief. The ECOWAS chief. Mala Bio went to him. One of them when they flew plane, the man respected them. The man respect none of them. This is the biggest cover in Liberian history. Gongro said, well, impeach the president. It's time for them to impeach the president. Or call the president to the legislature. Let them question the president. What going on? What the biggest cover all of that for?
Thank you so much. Honorable Dogayu, as we round up on this issue to go to our next issue, are you seeing this whole Guinea and border issue being resolved just within the space of 1 month with all of the information that we are getting, distorted information, deliberate and intentional lie on the part of government? They have been very, very somebody will say, very, very in our Liberian way, we say they put two cheeky. Yeah, they've just. What do you see? What do you envision
So,
in the next few months?
we base our judgment based on history, right? Based on history, Liberia has always been a victim of border dispute. So in the 1800, the northwest boundary dispute, that same corridor, when the French was occupying that place, there was a border dispute. And on our western border, when Governor Charles McCarthy of Sierra Leone, who was under the direct British rule, was there was an issue of encroachment. People in came, I would tell you some part of that place were for all before, even from the Arico side. Those were preliminary factors, and that led to Liberia declaring her independence as early as 1847. The immediate cause was a Little Bean, a ship belonging to John C., a Liberia businessman, that was seized by that same very Governor Charles McCarthy because his ship Little Bean went to the port of Buchanan and he refused to pay custom duties. So historically, Liberia has always been on the side where we lose. So from historical context, is it going anytime soon? I would tell you to answer that what happened in Nigeria. Every time land issue involving two countries, there is always armed conflict, there is always perpetual conflict that doesn't go anytime soon. If you ask me whether it's anytime soon, I will tell you today the conflict between Ukraine, Crimea, and Russia is led to war, conflict. If you ask me, is there going anytime soon, I will tell you the issue between the upper voter between Arico and Ghana, Arico and Burkina Faso. Everywhere there is land issue involving two countries, I've not seen it going anytime soon. I've not seen it like that. It just in few weird cases. Today, I'm telling you from historical context, fast you can read. And those of you listening to us, I want you to tell me places where boundary dispute and land dispute, it just went away like that. It takes resolve, sovereign action. It takes resolve, well-calculated sovereign steps, and security methodology for these things to go away. The question now is our government positioning herself, in that form and manner? I would tell you an unequivocal no, all written in red letters with 5 exclamation mark, underlined 6 times. No, our government has not shown any signs of seriousness. Our government has demonstrated every sign of unseriousness, unwillingness, and there are 2 things could happen here. If that thing go away soon, either Guinea will get to the point where they'll start doing business, then they will maybe build some of their administrative order and Liberia, therefore, hence, that's how I see that going away soon. And Guinea is not so far from there. Other than that, maybe like Bro said, we're hoping the next government, 2029, the CDC-led government, will harness our relationship with the Guinean president, with the French president. Our president Joshua speaks French well. He knows how to negotiate. And I believe for that thing to be resolved, maybe beyond 2029, but anytime soon, then we need a magic. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. Fellow Liberian, to just learn on this before we go to our next topic. Where fear exists, where uncertainty exists, people are always skeptical of each other. And this is the case with Mr. Boeka, because he has shown time without number that he is not somebody who you can trust easily. You see, when you try to croak, or when you are croaking another person, you try to deceive another person, you are very deceptive to another person, and you say, yeah, I succeed. There are people on the side who may not be involved in that deed that are watching you. Today or tomorrow, they will not trust you. Once they see you in their lane, they say, my man, I know they may get history, or croaking somebody, they may get history. Who told you that Guineans did not see what happened during the election? When 800 men were organized in Lofa and said that they were, defending their party. These 800 men, Joseph Newman Boeka getting a job, they stayed there. That is a no-no. They are stayed there. These people are vulnerable. They are hungry because government have no plan to ensure that these guys are absorbed and able to take care of their family. They are security risks. They can be used by any serious person with devilish intention. They can be used by them. Look, for those of us in this field of security, the smallest incident, we don't overlook it. The smallest. That's why, as somebody who is in the security field, you pay attention to detail. Because the smallest detail could uncover the greatest mystery ever you can think about. You think these people are overlooking it? They saw how Boyka was ruthless in opposition. How people like Yaya were beating in Lofa there. They saw how our brothers in Lofa were being used by this regime to unleash terror on people. You think Dumuya fully? You think he now got sense? With the way Boyka is proceeding, you think he's foolish? When people were accusing, how you call this guy, A.B. Kroman, of harboring people in Liberia, of training people. His deputy said it. You think people in Liberia, you think Guineans are not in Liberia? They are not listening. They are not following what is happening. You think they're just jumping up? Doumbouya believed that Mr. Boyka has absolutely no ability to be able to secure the border. This is the reason why he carried reinforcement there. He don't believe in Boyka. In fact, even during a war, the kind of security that we see mounted these few days at Liberian border, the time we're fighting war, were not even there. It wasn't even there. The time we're really fighting, Bala was standing around the place, bow, bow. It was not even there. Imagine. But look at now, under this government. The guy ain't trust Boyka. He know that Boyka is one of the organizers of the Lofa Defense Force. A very terrible old man. When you see him, Jella, you're not paying attention. But he planning evil activity, very crafty. It's a crook. A man who can look at Billy, go and give a saw and croak other people. You must know that man there is very crafty. So these people are observing. We're not going around. They think that diplomacy and the people do that. Don't allow the people to deceive you. When you see a military contingent doing what we call a tactical retreat, they're not going nowhere. Hey, they're coming back with force. And they're coming back with real force. Our common people can say, he who runs away live to fight another battle. That battle where he coming to fight. Hey, Yaka. Fellow Liberian, let's leave it as it is. But we woke up to a very, very, I will not say a terrible news, because it's not strange. We said it from the beginning. This government, and I want to start this with Honorable Dubayu. This government, I don't know, is proven beyond all reasonable doubt. If one should say the government is now indeed Lofa lives, Kisi lives, or whatever lives, but what we are seeing is scary. The armed forces of Liberia, that Boyka nephew, the central bank, the people who control our money, that Boyka nephew there, the man who is about to control our election, that Boyka rear him man. It's as if Boyka even get time. The papa just going here, just doing things, they load it here, that my thing. He feel that Liberia that was Songa, where he horse, where he get a horse. He feel that Liberia is how you call rehab rule, that he can do whatever and walk away with impunity. But like I said yesterday, Boyka like he can take Katumu, Boyka, and Mayor to become head or neck. That will not stop him from being defeated. But our fear is the tension that may arise. Honorable Dobayu, I want to play this few second video.
In the county of Lofa, where the standard bearer of
My people, this is the new neck boss that Boyka have nominated. And I want you to listen to him. This is the new neck boss.
In the county of Lofa, where the standard bearer of the UPA land comes from, the United Party won more than 70% of the vote. They swept the districts of Salaye, they swept the district of Zozo, they swept the district of Bonjama, and swept the district of Kolahu. The only contest is in Foya, the flag bearer who, where the difference is about 3,000 difference between the both parties. That is it. In Bon County, which is another populated county, in the county of Bassa, UP centers in Liberia available. 90% of it with the UPL line. It is clear that the UPL line will win a one-round victory.
I want to stop right here. Honorable Dobayu, is our democracy under attack? They fear that other people were anticipating. Like, if you're listening to this video that I'm about to play, the Unity Party chairman, he was in South Africa. And even at international conference, people raise concern. And let me play this about 1 minute video.
A moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouakai only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud.
Stop this here, Honorable Dobayu. Internationally, people are concerned. And it seems as if the fear is becoming a reality with this issue of the neck boss. We saw what happened under the regime of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. When I was in Cape Town, I saw what happened there, where the magistrate were changing normal and all the other things with pen, putting 1 in front of 31, putting 2 in front of 11, and etc. But Honorable Dobayu, what is going on? What is your take on this?
So let me tell you this, right? Again, cracking donate blood because I don't care. If you ask me today, did you expect Bouakai to appoint independent person? Bouakai doesn't understand the essence of true governance. What Bouakai knows is archaic, segregated, and primitive politics. That is who Bouakai is. See, out of Bouakai's appointment, see the configuration in terms of administrative and agency. See the geographical configuration. The last time I did an Excel, and I will do it again. I did a pie chart. You see the percentage per county per tribe. The next show when I'm coming on, I will try to bring that. So that is who Bouakai is, appointing Jonathan Widow. You know, and Jonathan Widow is a cadre of the Unity Party, a militant, a far right-wing militant, an extremist of the Unity Party. So to appoint him to the extent of desecrating the sacredness of the Election Commission is not anything strange of the character Mr. Joe Bouakai has exhibited over the period of time. That is classic Joe Bouakai for you. An old man who cares less, an old man whose acute desire for power is like a disease from birth that has no cure. It's deeply tattooed in his DNA. He doesn't care. Why he doesn't care? Maybe because he's living on pacemaker. Maybe because he one of those co-conspirators of Liberia backwardness. So he doesn't care. Joe Bouakai at his age, buying 4 million other car, he's indulging and swimming into endless luxury. When the people are dying from curable diseases, JFK still remain, dead. It remains exceedingly undeveloped. No new infrastructure has been built by this government. Nothing new. Just a blueprint of the citizen government. These things are happening. Bouakai doesn't care. So to appoint Jonathan Widow, it's not strange. That is the expectation. But let me tell you this. The most scary thing about this appointment is the character. When that video I was just looking at Red Leo, there is an old man, bro Leo and Detroit. The man, just imagine this is where I want to conduit my conversation. This man have got no authority yet. He was speaking all the way with confidence. Confidence, but he never had authority, no police protection, no paper information, no calculator, no computer, except raw draft and extreme confidence. Lies. That man ought to sit down when citizens are already in the lead in first round, that means that and lie with extreme confidence that Unity Party has won for everyone. Imagine no constitutional, no legal backing. This man is brave enough because his intent was to cause chaos. So it tells me he's related to chaos already. The point now is, bro, you tell me in this conversation, why if this man has the authority, what will he do? In the book, The Gods Are Not to Blame, when King Adidusa of Adiro of King Adidusa of Kutuji, when he died, and then his son Oduwale, who was the Christ child, when he became king of Kutuji, and he married his own mother, Queen Oduwala, who was the widow. He didn't know he has married his own mother. They went to Ili Ifi to call this old man called Baba Fakone, the all-knowing of all Ifa priests in the world. He was blind, but he could see. He could tell. When they brought Baba Fakone, Oduwale said, President Baba Fakone, he said the man who, the wiser of all, the man who know everything. He said chicken swallow rock, eat rice, a chew corn, yet a complaint of having no teeth. If they have teeth, we not swallow go. Let us ask cow who have teeth, but yes, still chew grass. He said, you are pressing the man. Now, the point here is, chicken does not have teeth, but it can chew grass, swallow corn. Imagine if you get chicken teeth. That is the situation I want to bring about. I did a flashback with The Gods Are Not to Blame. This old man never had authority, Leo. He never had authority. He was never given any legal mandate. He just sat down there with extreme lie in his belly. He lied. So imagine if you get him authority, what will happen? That's the scenario I brought about, the chicken and stuff in the book, The Gods Are Not to Blame. Like I told you, I was a teacher. I like teaching English literature. So before going to natural science, anybody who told you I can be a practical scientist, those days you said a lot because I used to like the art. But later on, I changed. I'm into natural science now. So that is who he is. But this is why I want to conclude, right, Sharif? Workers desire no matter what he does. Let me give you the history in Ghana. In the last almost 20 to 30 years in Ghana, all elections in Ghana have gone to second round. It's the Liberia's election. In most recent history, other than Tato, all elections in Ghana have gone to second round. This recent election that was held on December 7, 2024, that was between the two major parties, the NDC, which is the National Democratic Congress, and the NPP, which is the New Patriotic Party of Ghana. Those were the two major political parties. Now, my point I'm putting here is, when the people are ready for change, even if it takes some tantan and put it on NEC, we will say win, like the situation in Ghana. It takes some tantan because the force will be overwhelming that you can do nothing. What happened in Ghana for the first time? For the ruling party to concede, because the opposition party led by John Dramani Mahama, they made 56.55%, accounting for 6,328,397 votes, as compared to the ruling party that got 4.6 million votes, almost 2 million vote variance, and he got 41.6%. That was the ruling party who put the same way they may be behaving appointed allied with the National Election Commission. So, despite the threat, visible threat, we are going to govern us and mutilate and tell the world how biased this election commission is going to be like. But in the likely case that Boaga doesn't act like the way we acted in other cases, which is expected of him, you know, we don't fear Boaga. It takes some time Boaga will say beat the Unity Party. That what I can assure you. So what has happened is not strange. It's expected. It's a threat to our democracy. That validates our argument on this show. For me, I'll be ashamed if Boaga appointed an independent person, right? Detroit, I'll be ashamed. But Boaga is his action keeps validating our argument, and it tells the world that what we're saying here, we're not manufacturing. That is just what Boaga and the Unity Party are. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from our brother Jake. My brother Jake, Joseph Nyuma Boaga finished appointing a man who lied broad daylight and said Joseph Nyuma Boaga will run the first round. We're confident. Papi was standing, he was talking. You weren't even looking left, looking right. Papi was talking. Giving where you were manufacturing number 4, nobody know. This man now is the neck boss. Let's hear from you, my brother. What is your
Prince? You know me, I don't shoot the shot. Prince, let me say this here to the followers. And I don't sedition, and I don't sedition, and now we are ashamed. I know him personally. I'm a whistleblower. But George, we are doing 10. I used to blow whistle to find where millions are. He know my record. He met me before. I know him personally. And but people can say, now we are ashamed. A driver in politics, you will never see me partaking in Liberian politics. Let me tell you something. You're sedition, whatsoever opposition, you're a joker. You're a joker. You read a United Party playbook. They never relinquish power. They are a violent group of people. Let me tell you. The people finish setting the stage. Let me say something here before. Before the 2020 the election George Weah lost, I came to Liberia. A.B. Whale, he hosted me on Freedom FM. I told the whole country at that time that the election would be stolen. People would do dirty job. I went to voice of Liberia also, Sekou Sherry. My records are there. I'm a whistleblower for my country. Let me tell you, 2 things will happen in the election. 2 things. They're going to be tough. They would never want to relinquish power. They finished setting the stage already. The military already. I told you all again, if the military not intervene, if another side of Wole can take power, seize power, this is beyond Bwaka. They're setting the stage now. 40 to 50 loafing employed in the government. You think they want to relinquish power? You think I joke that people joking with y'all? When you handle the election on the silver platter to these people because they threaten the country that there will be no Liberia. I let the first one George Weah made. Maybe he will. Let me tell you, I will hold George Weah responsible after the World Cup. After the World Cup, George Weah will decide. I'm getting great spirit. I know him personally. He might not waste Liberian people time. After I will say a raw here because you're a shoe cockle that you're part of business. After the World Cup, he must either say you ready to come back like Mahama and Donald J. Trump. Or Fuerto don't relent. The country belongs to everybody. But they get something to lose more than everybody. I told you here today. All the security apparatus in the country, we know where all our parents live, all our family live in. They're all in America, they're all in Europe here. They can never threaten nobody and kill somebody in the follow family survive in the Western world. You put me on record, you put me on their face here. We know where all day they get something in the Western world. We mark them. They kill any sedition anymore again. That is, listen to me. The peace live in the United Party here, not in sedition here. I think what happened on George Weah. There was no checkpoint on George Weah. The capital building got it on fire. They intruded on our border. It was not on George Weah watch. He get nothing on his sleeve. He on the United Party. If the United Party began the country for them, they get something to lost too. All of them paying mansions. Let me tell you today now. All of them paying massive property. The CDC was a job. Just go see them in massive property. The Mo Ali, the A12. All of them in Haraki, the Kofi Wood, the Brian Samuka. They're getting millions of dollars. If they believe that they'll put that country through war, it can go back to war. Let me tell you now, if they believe they can go back, they won't put that country back to darkness. That how they play you the first time. They play you through that propaganda, then they were lying. This time you gotta take the boob out of the home, or else they will keep them on video. They will never hold on power. They will keep them on video. It will be fire for fire. When they put it there, you will put it there. They get something to lose more than anybody now. They're paying property. All the ministers, all the people in the executive branch of government, all of them get. CDC was a joke. They put get multi. Even my friend ERBC board, UG Fakon, you now see the mansion UG Fakon building now. All of them get something to lose now. The clock is ticking. They will never want to relinquish power. They stay the set. Twins, I always tell you earlier, they stay the set. They get the chief justice. Imagine, Prophet Key cost everybody in that country. If it costs down to Bwaka, nobody jailing. Because the man cost the chief justice model, they put him in jail. The stage is set. The security apparatus, Chrissy Johnson, NSA boss, all the day, the Kofi Wu security advisor, and the former defense minister on George Weah. All of them dying one with the Unity Party, they holding tapped up. Look at the security apparatus. You think they want to relinquish power? Government control the money, government control the paperwork of the money, the CBF for them. The security apparatus in the hand. This is beyond Bwaka. They want to have grace on power. Bagger will be 86 years old. 2029. 2029. I pray. One thing I'm praying for, I will believe that Georgia will become president. Let me tell you, if the Republican Party win the 2028 election in America, it will not be Donald Trump, but that whole group, when they win, I believe y'all keep that video. Y'all keep, if the Democrat come to power in America, because 2028 is America election, then 2029 is Liberia. If the Democrat come to power, Unity Party will won't steal that election. But if the Republican Party win, we get way to stage them because why? Georgia get ear of the Republican Party. Now, yeah, just got to see. You must never relent it. You must never. They want to hijack that country in different form. That's what I have to say. So that NEC boss, they already playing for them. It's for them.
Thank you so much, my brother Jake. Leo, let's hear from you on this particular NEC boss. What is your take, sir?
Look, Prince, let me come from a different angle. I like what I'm seeing. It's been proven that Jonathan Widow is a big criminal. Is a very big conspirative when it comes to criminal attitude. Guys, can we mute? I think I'm getting a feedback. If we can get mute, please. Yeah. So Jonathan Widow is who he is. But what I will always promise people, no matter what you do, you cannot go against the voice of the masses. Look, Jonathan Widow is just proving to us that it validates our points and our claim that we've been making that this election was stolen. He came out giving numbers, and all of those numbers were only with neck at the time. How he got them, it just validates our points. But look, I'm not going to last long on this issue. One thing I can just tell our Liberian people, it takes results to cancel insults. It takes results to cancel insults. If we are disagreeing with all of what we are seeing that Joseph Boakai is playing, because these guys are clearly seeing that they've lost the election 2029. These people are in a seat of governance. They are still campaigning. Who does that? Who does that? CDC made them to do that. So for more intents and purposes, they are seeing that there is nothing left for them to do. So they are not going to go down without a fight. That's all of what you're seeing. So they are trying to strengthen every hole. That's why I'm happy, because now we know where to attack. Every loophole that need to be tightened, we know where to go and tighten it. But one thing, lastly here, it takes results to cancel insults. This is very insulting to the CDC and the Liberian people. But if it's paining us so much, let's go at the ballot box 2029 and overwhelmingly cancel those insults by the results we prove. That's what I get to say. Thank you.
Thank you so very kindly. My brother, bro, let's hear from you on this issue of the new neck boss. What is your fear? What are your concerns? What are you looking at? Let's hear from you on this, sir.
You see, Dubayu, Ronald Dubayu, Comrade Moral Dubayu spoke very well. I love the way he placed those literary terms and those things we read in literature, Blenke, and brought it to the point. And then our brother Whitmer, he says something that is the hard truth that we must listen to. And then, because of these two great men talks, that what make Leo didn't go far, because these two people said what the both of us that left supposed to be talking about. Now, let me tell you something. Politics, nobody should tell you say election can be won on election day. Elections are won before election day. In fact, that's some of the things that contributed to our defeat 2023, because we failed to prepare. We were complacent. A lot of people. But in 2017, I left from abroad. 2017, I made 9 months in Liberia. I left from this Western world. I went to Liberia. I never came back until we won before I came back. And we play all of those formulas. None of it was played again in 2017. All I saw in 2023 was people chilling. Forgetting to know the group of people they were dealing with were desperately sophisticated criminals. Look, one of the most dangerous people you should be afraid of on earth, that desperate, sophisticated criminals. People, when you hear UP people saying, oh, we are educated, no, they are not really educated. They are educated when it comes to criminality. Now, something my brother Whitman said, and that's the fight. Don't overlook it. The people are playing your play. Let me tell you, let me tell you today, the Chief Justice might be out of the Chief Justice position before 2029. Go check his age. He might be out. And the next appointment on Chief Justice will be somebody from Lofa. There might be a possibility. Waka appoint the Chief of Staff. You think that thing that happened with Prince C. Johnson switching them all the way till they carry the woman to defend me? You think I was just ordinary thing? They calculated it. It was well calculated. He grabbed the army. They play that money supposed to be the people who can collect the money for the country. The Liberia Revenue Authority, he grabbed that one. The people who can sign the paper then for money to be distributed, he grabbed that one. They play where the money can be keeping, which is the central bank, he grabbed that one. Now, people are thinking it was a joke, but there is a pattern that going on. And the CDC has to be very, very careful on that. We may think that, yes, election time, look at our people. The first thing for the minute installing fear in the population. Every time they go do small thing, you will see real police brutality. They don't joke. These are patterns that they are following. Now, I can tell people, for me, we need to work and we need to start stopping this thing and we need to start issuing the threat now. It is not the issue of waiting. We need to start now. My brother, we need to start now. These UP people, they are desperate group of people. They are not joking. And when people think that we are, let me tell you, there will be no election that will be more consequential as compared to 2029 election. Let me tell you, it will be extremely desperate election, 2029. So we need all hands on deck. And here's the solution. I can tell people, the solution is three ways you can solve it. The entire opposition, President, we need to drive the entire opposition to come up with opposition unity to sign serious document of government of inclusion of every opposition that will join. Because when those opposition join, we get enough man people joining. President Weah is a sorrowful-hearted man. But when a lot of man people join with him, it will make the opposition more powerful. And we need to do that. For me, I can tell people today, my commitment to the CDC is no doubt we fight, but I'm urging our party. Randall is here, he's an official of our party. We need to put things in order to fight the people. The people are not joking. They are not making fun. They are serious. That thing where you see them, they're talking about Yeke, they're not joking about it. Eh? They want to root Yeke out. Eh? And the only reason why they want to root Yeke out because they want to create another pattern that when they brew Yeke out, no other lawmaker will be able again to talk because any attempt to talk, they will use that same pattern to root you out. We must pay attention. They are not doing anything that's strange. That's something that they have done before. Have you seen UP ever relinquish power when they have power? No. Ellen was going out, or 210 was finished, so that we got power. 2011, you saw what happened. They kill our people on the party ground. We shouldn't allow that to be repeated. We must fight and take back power to liberate our people. That's all I have to say on this issue. I will not go in detail, but I want our leaders to know that it's very serious here. It is not a joking
Thank
matter.
you. Thank you. You know, to just close on this issue, I want to say this, my people. The Unity Party is intentional in her action to cause chaos for our nation. The Unity Party is intentional in her action to ensure that she destroy the peace, the democracy, and that particular very conducive environment that President Weah left with them. We must be intentional to defend our nation. We must be intentional to defend our democracy. We must be intentional to ensure that our country stay quiet. Look, Bweka is not drinking King Jew mixed with opium water that he not know what they call danger. Bweka is aware and know of what they call danger. Bweka is aware. He is not immune to what we call trouble. He can feel trouble. He can see trouble. This is a man who knows what hard time is. A man who could not even manage his own resources. You were here begging around, waiting for ego to learn from the beginning, and all up and Crook then like Costa and all the other people. Who told you that Bweka don't know when you see heat? Bweka is aware. It's very aware. This thing that Bweka is doing, Bweka is not doing it out of the ordinary. It's plain. He knows. It is plain. That's why I think it was Honorable Doba you said he was going to be surprised. And I want to believe that. I'm going to say I'm going to be surprised. If Bweka was going to bring somebody who was independent, somebody who was objective, and somebody who has, no record of being very, 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 deceitful, especially as it relates to their own party. Look, there are areas that we must know that, look, Bweka is trying to derail this peace. You see the NSA, how they are behaving? The Bweka and surrogate there. These were the people who collected people. You know the Arson case. Collected people, they tortured them. At the end of the day, up to today, no hay, no tea. This is the NSA that these guys are releasing millions to. The NSA, they're releasing millions to them. These NSA people that you see, they get their people there. Their people were there and their people are still there. Look at the security apparatus. Look, those of us that, especially those that are opposition leader, you people need to be very careful. We must stand together to ensure that we liberate this country. Or else some of you, they will eliminate you. No, that's the fact. They will eliminate you. And nothing will come out of it. Absolutely nothing. We will just at the end of the day, it will be. And that's the reason why we are saying that there must be an opposition collaboration. We must work together collectively. Bweka is, look, the Unity Party, these guys are not afraid to cause problems. They're not afraid of trouble. That one thing. They are not. Even though they themselves, they know that when the trouble comes, they will not be spared, but they are not afraid to cause trouble. That's how they're looking at. They are not afraid. They will see the fire, they say, let go ignite. Or they will see the gas and say, let go ignite fire. They will do it. We got to be intentional. Look, Bweka knows that 2029 he will not win. He knows that for sure. All Bweka is doing is setting the stage to just cause chaos. That's what he's doing. That's what Bweka is doing. When you see bringing another person, bringing a countryman there around him, he only doing this thing because he know that he will not be successful. Bweka know that he will not win. So therefore, he just bringing people who will look at this kind of man on an open platform, lying and saying that the Unity Party winning the first round, calling random number. I don't know where he took that number from. Just calling number. Janitor Widow said that, just calling number. Well, fellow Liberian, we want to say happy birthday to one of our young brother, one of our comrade, in presence of Romeo Lee Makrete. I want to say on behalf of the platform, Romeo Lee Makrete, I want to say happy birthday to you. Today you are celebrating your natal day. And on behalf of all of us here on the platform, I want to say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your natal day. We wish you all of the best. So, fellow Liberian, this is what is happening. Bweka is intentional in his action. All of these things are not happening by mistake. It is calculated, well calculated. For Bweka to take central bank, the people who control our money, who keeping our money, somebody will say, and say a nephew there. Look at the way and manner in which his nephew even took over, Samoa even took over the central bank. It was through a diabolic lie that were told against the central bank governor, Talu. Oh, the man stole money. Oh, the man collected money. At the end of the day, when he ran to the court to go clear a knee, Bweka called and said, I beg you, my son, people can Joe with you small. They can Joe with you small. And what is your money here? Retire, go sit down. Through a clandestine means. And he left from there. He went. At the end of the day, the same thing happened to Emma. The lie on Emma Glasgow knee, she had to run to court at the end of the day. LACC investigating from the LACC and they say, but the woman here, she didn't do nothing. The woman, she clear. So Bweka is taking this route because his agenda is to ignite problem. Bweka, we can assure you we have the capability that if you try nonsense that we can arrest you and your family, you will not travel out of that country. You will not cause problem until you going anywhere. You will not go nowhere. Nowhere. So the nonsense that you own, like we said, go and bring Katumu Bweka, let her be the next boss. You will lose this election. You will lose 2029. But again, I want to say to us, it's a collective effort. 2029 is not about President Weah. No. 2029 is about my life. It's about my forward march. It's about my children's future. So in 2029, we will defend it with our life. 2029 is not an individual thing we're talking about. President Weah is that conduit that God will use to liberate us, but we will fight for our liberation. We will fight for it. And there's the reason why, fellow Liberians, those of us who are patriotic citizens, if you're not ready to die, don't put yourself in 2029. If you're not ready to be beaten, don't put yourself in 2029. If you're not ready for people to mock you, don't put yourself in 2029. 2029 will be a clutch of the titans. I'm telling you, because these people are preparing themselves. And we also are preparing ourselves. Just how they are preparing, we ourselves we are prepared. Because we are seeing the signs and the symptoms. These people went to Kinjo and massacre our people in a broad daylight, waiting for nothing. Nothing. These people were brave enough in a broad daylight to take a speaker, illegally remove a speaker. A coup d'etat was playing right in Bweka backyard. ECOWAS came to talk. Bweka said, we're not listening. Other people, international community, they came to that country there and said, they think you're doing here, you're not correct. Bweka said, we're not listening. They men got to move. They men, I want my regime speaker. And so it was done. That's why when the issue of Yeke Koluba, I continue to say this, if Bweka want Yeke to be removed, Bweka remove him. Is it legal? No. But Bweka has proven over the period that he has no respect for the rule of law. That he does not respect that thing they call constitution. No. That me and you say we get constitution. If somebody want to be crazy, look, that thing where people used to say, oh, the crazy man knock you, don't run behind them, this, that, all of that. Look, my people, let me tell you something. Crazy, you in bathroom, crazy man, take your clothes on, put your hand in front of you, run behind that crazy man, deal with him. You finish quiet the clothes and wear it back. This is the kind of approach that we need to carry on, Bweka. Crazy, you know you crazy. You take the clothes, you say you running away. And I only clothes, I will put my hand, I will run behind you, one bap you. My picking, one bap you, that crazy leg will move for you. And this is the approach that we take. We observing, we are watching, we are looking, we are seeing. If Bweka think he's smart, he's dealing with people that 100 times smarter than him. This his archaic idea. We are in a modern war. And we understand modern warfare, modern intellectual. Somebody will say, warfare. We understand it. We understand the modern propaganda. Things have changed over the period. Oh, yes, things have changed. And thank God that we are up to date with the changes that is happening the world over. Whether be it technology or whatever, that nonsense that you did in 2023, that nonsense will not be repeated. It will not be repeated. When you collected Tamamomo and being only because he was a sedition, where fools like how you call Queen Johnson collected Joshua and being only because he was a sedition, and these people lost their life. My brother, bro, the Honorable Frank Safoko was attacked in the broad daylight by the police. It's as if these people are ensuring that their agenda is fulfilled to eliminate key opposition leaders. You saw the video. Because of time, we're not going to play that video. Maybe tomorrow is going to be the center of our discussion. But while Honorable Frank Safoko was in that particular area, very visible, talking to his people to keep calm and etc., the police, led by Gregory Como, decided to unalive him. Luckily, he escaped an assassination attempt by the government of Liberia, specifically the instruction of Joseph Numa Boyka. You saw the video. Videos are making round. My brother, bro, let's hear from you. What do you make of that particular horrific assassination attempt on the life of Honorable Frank Safoko?
We're doing our
You
closing
see,
as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
you see, Prince and fellow panelists, this is a pattern. Yesterday there was a revolution. There was someone who confesses. I don't know. It was a revelation or it was confession on one of our stations in Liberia, that the speaker and the deputy speaker took 200,000 to go to Lofa, to the border. And then they came back, they drank profusely, and then they were merrymaking. And then they came down, they talk about recording the House of Representatives, the legislature, specifically the House of Representatives, for the sole purpose of removing Yeke Koluba. In doing so, they have been calling other legislators to make that to work. And from the guard disclosure, he pinpointed that Safokos were called that, look, my man, and other legislators, especially those that are part of the minority bloc that were protecting the former speaker, J. Fonati Kofa, when the government of Joseph Boakai tried to remove him illegally. So they said, and they carried a case, they said, oh, when they seen government plan a conspiracy to and burn the Capitol building, try to switch it on these guys. Now they think that they hook these people on, we they ain't hook them, there's no evidence. And then now they trying to link Yeke Koluba removal to hook them up with that other tactics that, look, because I forgot, my man, when they call some other lawmaker and say, look, y'all put your name on that resolution to remove Yeke, then the case will die. The case with the issue of the arson case will die. Then they call Safoko because Safoko is excluded. I think something about that. He's excluded from that case. They call Safoko and say, my man, try to sign. If you sign, we'll give you your 2 years money for your district so you can carry on development. You see how terrible the Unity Party? Safoko refused that at that time. And coincidentally, Safoko were at the scene, after refusing these people, then he was at the scene protecting the poor people. So they say, okay, we'll just verge our anger. Just deal with that man, my man. That man ain't had to die, that fully man. This government having a pattern that people not paying attention to. The people that in power, they are terrible. And the only way these people can live on power is for you to stand and make sure you tell them, say, crazy woman are born, one child alone. Everybody here can be crazy. In fact, your craziness should be more crazier than theirs. Like you just said. There's a parable that you just said, oh, when crazy man, when you taken by in a barrel, when crazy man check your lapa, you don't run beyond it because you're naked. No. Me, I will run beyond it. You should run beyond that crazy man because our private partner ugly. In the mother tire some get real good private partner, long and big. So something when it's small Judas here, they could feel saying, yeah, oh, but not good private part. So we run behind you with our shame. Because Adam and Eve was naked. That is sin we committed that make people to think that we get nakedness. The animals, all that you see here, we are animals. Today we managed to get sent to say we're naked because we committed sin. So that day we put ourselves in a mood that we are not sinners. So a sinner cannot think that because they think that we're naked, so we can chase them. That was a good point from you, and Prince. I love that. We chase that crazy person. And you not see crazy person crying before when you're beating a crazy person. I saw it before. So we all can be crazy at a certain point in time. So what they did to Safoko is calculated. They want to humiliate him. They want to even eliminate him. I saw the video. The man saying they're not talking to the people, the man even preaching unity in the video. Respect for the rule of law. Talking to the people that the people should respect the rule of law because he is said is a respecter of the rule of law. You see a policeman king who nobody attacking him, who just show his saying, look, there will be a point in time that some of these police people, they need to gun them down so they can get sense too. Because they think that what they're doing is correct. It's not good. You don't be making our country to be like that. There are hundreds of thousands of people that die for the democracy we enjoy today. They should stop misbehaving. They should know that every one of our citizens have the democracy to protect. We should respect our fellow citizens. You're a police member, you are a citizen too of Liberia. You should respect your fellow citizen. You don't just be jumping, nobody attack you, you just walk to people because you overzealous from Gregory Coleman, crazy water he gives you, and then so you just shoot tear gas on people. That thing can happen in other countries. They will gun you down. If even they gun you down on that spot, they will mark your face. One day in your community, they will gun you down. Or you will get lost. But they're taking advantage of that brain pool because we are peaceful people. They should stop that. Let our democracy flourish. You come down as a policeman, have on the screen. Don't just go tear gas. Also, the surveillance, if you attack any policeman thoroughly, yes, he has the right to shoot tear gas. But if you look at that video, nobody attacked that policeman. I know that King Ju, he drank, or what you thinking, or you just shooting tear gas among people. Why are you doing that? You don't know that police people didn't do that, and they didn't do that thing to Guinea Bowler. They went to Guinea Bowler, they drank profusely and returned back. Funny people, they are surveillance giant. They ain't even want to go for their own, the people who are not equal. Why is that? They should stop that because they think they're doing praying. It will result to war if they continue on the path. They should stop that. All our fighting we fought for to bring our democracy to us far, they shouldn't put it in vain. They have the responsibility to govern a state as responsible government and stop provoking people. That's what I have to say, Prince.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from you, my brother Jake, on this entire issue. You saw the video. This police guy firing at point blank. The tear gas like this. The honorable lawmaker was not in hiding. He said he had a man somewhere, he had or people around him with cutlasses or what have you. Let's hear from you, my brother Jake.
Well, if it left with the if it left with the Unity Party, they won't get rid of your president. I told him before. I remember here. I told him. Let me say something here. I will break that news here. I went to Liberia. He invited me at a Jamaican resort. I thought the King John massacre just happened. I went, I asked him, like I said, I want to interview you. Like something like that. And I said, but Mr. President, former president, I said, Mr. President, you're not talking. Now you tell me. He said, but not me ruling this country anymore, that Unity Party. And I said, but what you mean about that, Mr. President? He said a pastor of violence. He said they wanted to drag this country to war because my peaceful nature, I just let a lot of things slide here, but more radical than anybody. He said, Jake, let me tell you, no, I can bring 1 million people on the street when I rally. If they are ready, I can bring 1 million. Then the second question I asked him for Prince Johnson. He said, no, don't bring that other topic here. Let's leave it for another day. Let me tell you something today. I let that phrase where he said, fire for fire. I said, right after the World Cup, because he's a chairman on racism and discrimination, 2027, you watch Liberia. You watch, you must keep them my video. You must keep them my video. You must watch. He said, yeah, one guy said a long time. In the middle of 2027, plenty of people within the Unity Party will flip-flop. Because why? There's the reason why they're not changing here now. You think the other day happy what's going on in the country? No. Because they don't acquire more money yet. They get 3 years in the government. When they not reach 4 years, they're not securing enough money. They ain't care for that balance 1 year or the balance 1.5 years. Everybody's secure. They get that finance down to maintain that set to wait for that, wait for the time. Let me tell the followers here. 303 EPS. It was downside by the Unity Party, other than language within that country, other than just waiting in the corner of that country. Let me see what I see flashback. Similar thing will be the thing that happened in Nairobi will happen in Liberia. Ruto wanted to challenge the state of, he wanted to challenge Kenyatta. You can still remember vividly, you were in America at that time was Joe Biden time. They burned the whole Nairobi down to the parliament building. They witch hunted everybody, property, people fled our country. I see Liberia going that way. If the Unity Party believe they will crack their own people. Let me tell the Unity Party, they will get to that surrogate. George, we are 2.0. He coming back. He coming back. The only thing I'm telling the president, after in the World Cup, like he visit all partners, he needs to go visit. He's the biggest opposition leader in the country. For me, you're lucky or not. There are only 2 parties in Republic of Liberia now. You're lucky or not. No disrespect to the other party there, but I'm saying it. The Unity Party and CDC, it will be probably like America now, the Republican, the Democrat. You lucky or not, they are all second-tier party. They will switch sides. There's only 2 parties now in the Republic of Liberia. We already stand up barrel. No argument on that thing. The only thing CDC need to worry on who will be a vice presidential candidate. That's the only thing they need to worry on. But as the World Cup finish in July to August, as the president returned, he must buffer his security. Now, what I told people, the president must never embark on country tour. Now he win the election. He shouldn't embark on no country tour. Relax himself, fly to countries upon countries where he already know. Make his connection to all the Tata leaders that was in his corner. Build your CDC, build your buffer zone. You generate enough money any kind of way because the Unity Party, all the financing the Unity Party is in government in him. They will leech it down. So the CDC need to be radical to look for money. The CDC need over $5 million. $5 million to just prepare for everything, logistic, everything. So the president can fund it. He can tap off. I know he get people in top places. I won't call that name yet. He get people in top places for security reasons. Top leaders. They're the way leaders all around the world. The president went down with them. So he knew after the World Cup and the grace period, I get the president. The man of saying, the grace period, if you want to become president after the World Cup, let him make it bold with Liberian people. I stand with you now this day. Because why? Let me tell you, 2011-13, you see that airport, I will 11-13 on I see airport. A security in that country, he got to buffer it. So the loyalists must be around the president. I told people here that's the only man standing. That's the only man the Unity Party fear. Nobody they fear. Nobody. Only George, we are the only men standing with the Unity Party rule. So that they are on a particular man. So they got to buffer a security. When I go to places and things, they must prepare a time when the president come back after the World Cup. Must be fire for fire. As they get something to lose to, or they get a lot of things to lose also. There shouldn't be, nobody must be afraid of our country. If they put the country back in the dark days, they go back in the dark days. That's reality.
Thank you so much. Let's hear from you, our brother Leo.
Let me. We doing our closing, right?
Yes, sir. And then we'll go to Oduwayu.
Okay. So let me say thanks again to our listening audience via social media line and my fellow panelists here. Of course, our CEO, he like me to call him that, of course, but thank you. My brother Jake, Honorable Oduwayu, and of course, bro. Look, you see, Jake is somebody I'm beginning to fall in love with. And I say this to say that a man who speaks his mind fear no fall, right? But there's something he said earlier. He said this United Party people have never relinquished power and they will never relinquish power. I took that into consideration because this is not the first time saying it, even though the records are there, it's glaring. But I've been following Jake. If Liberian people, I'm talking about going down 2017 line, Jake has been very consistent with saying certain things that have come to fruition. This time around, we'll not close our eyes. And I must thank you, Jake. Really. You've been on point with certain things that maybe most people may have closed their eyes to.
What happened?
Let me say something. Let me say something. There's something our Excellency Dr. George Manewia said in one of his clips when AB was talking to him. He said President Bwaka got few gangsters around him, so he thinks we are afraid of gangsters. I will join Jake at this point to say, President Bwaka, President, you are a man of peace. We know that. But at this point, going towards 2029, the gangsterism that's in you, we wanted to come outside. No, I'm serious. The gangsterism that's in President Bwaka, President Excellency Dr. George Manewia, the world know you're peaceful, man. You're very eloquent and elegant, man. We know that. But there's a saying I always said my mom can tell me. My mom says when gentility fails, brutality takes place. We want the gangsterism that's in President Weah, His Excellency, to come out. Because from all purposes, we see that he has been maintaining the peace, but people keep coming at him, my brother. My brother Jake, if somebody keep slapping your face, keep something. Look, I am not of that mindset when the Bible says when somebody slap him on the other ear. No, I won't do that. That'd be a stupid act. Somebody has slapped my ear 1, 2, 3 times. If I said one time, there'll be no hand again for you to use that to slap me. After that first time, that hand, I cutting it off. We want President George Weah, His Excellency, put peace down for some time. Put peace down for some time. Then the Liberian people know that you can be peaceful, but at the same time, you get forced to take Liberia, to take any opposition when it comes to the act of guns. We are not proposing that war should come to Liberia. But my brother, how long will you step on the lion tail when I bite you? So in my closing, and I know a lot of people that are watching will be very surprised at my saying, but when gentility fails, brutality must take place, and we want our President, Excellency Dr. George Manewia, to show us the gangsterism that's in him. We will follow it. I want to say thanks to all of our audience and praise. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Oduwayu, let's hear from you, sir.
That's the closing, right?
Yes, sir. On this, how you call focal issue, we just
focal issue. I mean, we already know what the government stands for. The government's been on being hostile. This government been on intimidation. They are only men enough when they are going against their own citizens, but you have equal friend, your equal friend getting standing by you and disgracing you before your own children, which is the citizen, you can't do anything. But when we're growing all the house and probably not looking in the community, they give for that equal. When you go play Mao, when you go play Mao, you intimidate. Yeah, the Guinea is read by you looking for Palawa to one for you can't touch them. Well, poor Fogo and the poor citizen and the poor. Mama, you laughing, William? no. I want you to say something on the you and Leo. Was all small together here, right? When was some probably there and no probably then. Not you that looking lazy one for, but the equal friend will not go to that one the how they come out bro looking at. So if you want fight, you get all your ammunition you want using. Why can't go Guinea? I can see the men they say they tactic. Let me tell you one thing. Right, my man, for me, there are certain things I will not just say because I serve at a higher level in government and for some other reasons, some information I know I would die with it. That's why my anger, right? But let me be honest with you. Few things that I would say and people decoy. One of the most senior group of people you should ever play with in this world are security people. They can lie. Operation Chicken Feet. Operation they just to eat money. They're holding that money eating show. I'm telling you, they come here like bro so happy. They don't even want they to finish. So when my member asking my man they finishing soon, government use over 1.2 million just within 3 weeks on operation. They say the mayor go, the police director, everybody now go to that level. Let me tell you, the minute right now they don't deploy all alone. I call our 37,000 square mile for the 9,000. I don't know whether that square mile is still very accurate because they're saying the cost of interior from Arico, they're eating more money. The reason why you see they and GT Bank into confusion the government library and GT Bank is because the salary meant for the people for this month it has been diverted to security. Our government really happy for the thing because it's an opportunity for them to eat money. It seems like they preempted what is happening and what my man bro was explaining. The government knew so that how they put plenty money into intelligence, but instead of using that money for the internet purpose, they eating the money. So what I have to say in short is that unfocal issue and breaking down homes, these are things that we expect our government to be very productive and proactive on. When it comes to fighting their equal gain and restoring the sanctity and dignity of our territorial integrity, our government doesn't have the balls. And this is exceedingly ridiculous. It's very much ridiculous. So we are here, Prince. Thanks to you, thanks to Leo, thanks to Bro. Like I told you, I just graduated on second masters, and the scholarship I got, I'm on obligation to do fellowship with farmers and engineers, and it has to go for a little while. So the last few terms it's so tough for me. So some of the time when I see the link, I don't pop in today. There's a huge rain when the wind is on. The wind turbine, the windmill, and these farmers think the work can be slow. So I jump in, but the work you guys are doing is exceedingly appreciated. I'm always following, and I will always follow once the window permits me. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We want to
Yeah.
listen to one of our brother here that we have via the phone, and he will just take us home. Again, I want to say thank you, Honorable you for always making the time to be with us. I know how stressful and how very busy you are, but yet you are still able to find the time. It's something that we really cherish and appreciate. To my brother Leo, I want to say thank you so much for everything. Jake, my brother, I don't know
Salute.
what we're going to do without you. To our brother,
Thank you.
bro,
My
I
man
want to
Jake
say
Umba,
thank you.
Jake
But
Jake is pushing him between everybody else. Something ready in BU, something ready in
eh,
Jake Umba. No, I use the
I,
making Jake is switch and start beating.
I know, when you're beating randomly, indiscriminate. But let's go to the line as we hear from our brother Teddy Te, the Lion Yako. My brother Teddy, welcome, sir. How are you?
He's low. He's very low. He's very low.
I'm very obliged to give a take on this. You are concerning us, Prince. You and I, we have nowhere to go. We for the masses, and this is why we align ourselves with the masses party. We are citizens, and we are sharing one of you. But this is concerned to the Liberian people. It's glaring what the United Party is doing, breaking the peace. All what President, we have set the country on a peaceful trajectory, democratic one. They came, destroyed everything. And try to take advantage of the Liberian people because we have like awareness and the value of President George Weah, what he represents in the world, He has started for his own nation along with the UN. That's to tell you that UN have more bigger, peaceful mission. President, we have to embark on in the future, and even after when he's no longer in existing in the world. The Liberian people are supposed to be putting the mechanism in place how to market this treasury, this man, when it comes to war peace. They know right now the current work he executing with the FIFA, all that, all is to set the war Israel to keep the war peaceful. And the way things happen in the world today, 2 years from now, those are the people that the war will still come back to. What kind of legacy man? Putin, Trump, all the big players around the world, when they come before them, they don't want to bow to him. And because of the hate, because of jealousy, Liberians in Liberia, with the party, people just destroy everything about this man, about Liberia. But the appointment they made when it comes to the electoral commissioner, it's concerned with Liberian people, and with the seditious, we are people have swallowed the bigger pills from the time of elections. Person, we have been not elections. Person, we have been relinquishing. He's the only man in Africa and in Nigeria, the CDC political party, without calmness and the way we conduct ourselves when it comes to relinquishing our rights at certain time just because of peace. We have swallowed the pills along with our political leader for so long, and this particular enrichment of the party is very draconic. And in the future, they want to destroy and step Liberians. We need to start making reports to the rest of the world, whatsoever bureau or entity to the United Nations. We the Liberian people, along with the supporters of Church we are, we have been reached. We will not allow anyone to cheat us.
Thank you.
No. Let me just stop there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother Teddy. Thank you so much. Again, I want to say thanks to each and every one as we are about to leave. Again, don't forget to join us on on Friday. Friday, we're going to be having a very, very wonderful, 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 wonderful time with the Kings FM, face the issue. And let me just show you something here. It's going to be a wonderful time. I mean, a very great and wonderful time at the Kings FM there. And we are asking each and every one of you to join us on the Diaspora Talk. The Diaspora Talk comes on every Friday. Diaspora Talk is on every Friday. So, join us. We're going to be having some wonderful time there. I mean, a wonderful time. So we're going to be there with our host, our producer, Brother Newton Tokwa. We're going to have our brother there, Leo is going to be there. Our brother Wisa will be there, and we will also be there. So don't forget to follow the Kings FM also, throughout the weekdays. And tomorrow is going to be a wonderful time. When I mean tomorrow, I mean Friday is going to be a wonderful time. We will be on there discussing almost all of the issues that transpire or that make headways during the weekdays. We are going to be discussing it. We're going to be climaxing it. So don't forget to join us. And also on the Kings FM, the station will be relocating and we are soliciting help. So tomorrow, when I mean tomorrow, I mean Friday, we will also be opening the basket for your donation. And we want to say thanks to those of you who have been donating, in a very, 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 very kind manner. You've been doing exceptionally well. Again, that's going to continue on tomorrow, which is Friday. I'm not me tomorrow, but speaking figuratively, on Friday, we are going to be there again. And prepare yourself, whatever little that you can do, whether it be $5, $10, 20, 100, 200, 300, and whatever, it will really, really be of a help. So get ready on Friday. We'll be on Kings FM, discussing, and get ready so that you can come, collaborate with us in order for us to get those things that we really want, in order for the station to have its frequency all over. I mean, all over the 15 counties, that we can be heard. So again, join us on Friday as we will be having a wonderful time. My brother, bro, is there anything?
No, It's okay, Prince. That was a great show, and let our great people join us on Friday, and keep joining us also on the Palaba Hut, especially with you, Prince, Leo, our brother Randall Dubayu, and our brother Whitman, so that we can always discuss the issues, and it will always be fruitful. So join us again on Friday and every other days too. Also on the Palaba Hut. Friday is Kings FM by 8 p.m. Liberia time. Thank you.
Thank you. Leo, bye from out.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks again to you all in our listening audience. Thank you.
Honorable Dubayu?
You guys are doing very well with on course. I'm very impressed with the Desperate Talk flyers and the eloquence of Bro, of Leo and Sharif and Newton. It has to be utilized. You know, God gave all of us unique gift, and most of the time people survive based on the gift they give them. Sometimes people feel because they feel to recognize their gift, and sometimes God gives people multiple gifts. So you might be a professional person, but your love for your country, your patriotism, the way you articulate, the way you give the message, it gives you different admiration, different possibility of survival. So for me today, people who really know me feel I just been very political, but no. I'm a technical man. I work as a practical scientist. I guess bro started following me when I started doing scientific into the EPA most of the time when I'm on the show. You know, like him, few other people don't know my political side, but you have to be versatile. And I love the way you guys are taking this in your hands. And I can tell you this, right? The CDC of today will not be the CDC of yesterday. We others like you who did not really benefit, who had no job. Your passion is what going to define the new CDC, because you make it your own. Leo, you're not like some of us, you know, who with the president who and you know had this position. So that's why for your voices are the voices that will make us to win, and that's why I cherish people like you, like my man Prince Sharif. I really cherish you people, and you people are the real heroes and the real MVP. And never get discouraged on what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. It will pay off one fine day. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Prince, are you there? Two users are in the screen. Yeah. Prince, Leo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so my people, you're back. And thanks to all. Until we meet again, have yourself a God bless day and bow from our end.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.